looks like our intro isn't working this time, so y'all are going to be relieved to not have to listen to that, I guess. Hey, this is Jim Bright, DeepRecruiting. We're going to jump right into it. Going to save a lot of that other noise for towards the end. What I want to focus on is really a book written by Robert Cialdini, known as Influence. A lot of you have read it. A lot of you have not read it. But there are 5 principles in this book that I want to touch on today about selling and how effective selling really is, how to do it, what makes what you're doing effective actually work. So he spent 35 years studying why people say yes, and he boiled it down to just a handful of really principles. These work on you, they work on your prospects, they work on everyone. They're operating on you every single day, whether you know it or not. So without further ado, let's kind of jump into these 5. I'm going to show you how they work, give you examples, and if you have a question or want to start a conversation about that, I'm going to encourage it. So the first principle that I want to cover is the principle of reciprocity. When somebody does something for you as a human being, typically you're going to feel an almost biological need to do something back. You really can't help it. It's hardwired. Here's an example. A study was done in restaurants where the waiters brought a mint with the bill. And by simply bringing a mint with the bill, they were able to increase the number of times they got tips by 3%. Well, not the times they got the tips, but the amount of the tips went up by 3%. When they brought 2 mints, the tips went up by 14%. But wait, there's more. They weren't done yet. They figured out that if the waiter brought 1 mint, left it, starts to turn away, and then turns back and says, you know what, for you guys, let me leave an extra one. The tips went up by an astonishing 23%. Same 2 mints. The difference was it felt personal, felt unexpected. And the customer's brain immediately went into, I need to give something back to this person. This is why free stuff works. Buying someone a meal at lunch, a drink, giving them free trinkets. At a trade show, delivering donuts, coffees, cookies, giving out coffee mugs or Stanley Cup. When a brand is genuine in doing something nice for you with 0 expectations in return, and where they teach you something useful without any recompense, where they solve a problem that you had or didn't even know you had, where they give you a template or a framework without asking for anything in return, your brain starts keeping score. You feel like you owe them. So the next time they launch a product, you're going to be 3 times as likely. Anyway, you're going to be 3 times as likely to actually buy the next time they bring out product, service, whatever it is. The brands that just run discount ads skip this process entirely. Many of you may remember JCPenney's. Every weekend they're coming out with a new ad, 25% off, fire sale this, fire sale that. It was constant running ads. So as potential buyers, we become kind of immune to it. We don't really feel like we're getting a special deal, and there's no sense of urgency because we know next week they're going to be running yet another sale, and it really doesn't matter. There was no loyalty, and JCPenney is basically out of business now, aren't they? Compare that with Amazon Prime. You buy Amazon Prime, you get free shipping, you get a free streaming service, you get a faster delivery many times. And what Amazon does is they earn loyalty in return. The second principle I want to touch on today is social proof. When you don't know what to do, you typically will look at what other people are doing and copy them. It's a very, very powerful technique. For example, a hotel wanted their guests to start basically using their towels again instead of using a towel once and leaving it for the maids to pick up and clean. So when people are spending several nights or maybe even one night, they wanted to encourage them to use the same towel over and over. This would save them money. It's better for the environment because there's less laundry, less detergent. The benefits are basically endless. So they put up a sign saying, quote, help save the environment, please reuse your towel. It worked okay. Then they changed the sign to, and I'm putting in quotes, 75% of guests who stayed in this room reused their towels. And reuse went up by 33%. Imagine how much 33% reduction in laundry would be for a hotel chain. The cost savings, just the power, the manpower that goes into it, the electricity, the cost of detergent, the cost of replacing the towels, just the physical effort of replacing the towels in the room. All that huge savings, 33%. That's honestly that's a big deal because they invested in a little sign and they used human psychology. This is why reviews on Amazon mean more than the product description. And this is why tags like bestseller work really well. This is why we all check ratings before we try out a new restaurant. What do people have to say about it? This is why Rotten Tomatoes exists. Am I going to invest time in actually watching this movie or this TV show? What does Rotten Tomatoes really have to say about it? Your brain doesn't want to figure out if something is good. It wants that path of least resistance. It wants proof that other people have already figured it out for you. The smartest brands don't just collect reviews, they show you reviews from people who look just like you, live like you, and have had the same problem you have, because that's where social proof gets the hardest. The third principle is scarcity. The less available something is, the more you're going to want it. Here's an example that's going to blow your mind. Researchers told one group of people to taste test cookies, and they gave them a jar that had 10 cookies in it. They told another group to taste test cookies, and they gave them a jar with only 2 cookies in it. The group that had only 2 cookies in their jar rated the cookies higher than the group that had an abundance of cookies. Scarcity made it taste better, made the cookie more desirable, made it more valuable. Your brain literally changes the experience of eating a cookie because fewer are available. This isn't a marketing trick. This is your brain lying to you about availability and reality. This is why only 2 seats left works when you're buying tickets to anything. Why limited sells out in minutes, and why smaller batches makes you feel like if you don't buy now, it may be gone forever. But scarcity only works when it feels real. The moment your audience suspects you're faking it, the moment they see that sale ending tonight timer reset the next morning, remember J.C. Penney's, you don't just lose the sale, you lose trust permanently. Real scarcity tied to a genuine reason. Principle number 4 is authority. We trust people who look like they know what they're talking about. Maybe they're wearing glasses. Not because we verified their expertise, but because our brain likes to take shortcuts. This is why doctors in lab coats and stethoscopes sell medical products. It's why wealthier friends that we have become our default financial advisors, and why founders who show up on camera sharing real numbers and real failures build more trust than any brand page ever could. And the fifth principle I want to talk about today is commitment and consistency. Once you say yes to something small, your brain forces you to keep saying yes to stay consistent with who you think you are. Here's a perfect example. Maybe you order a vitamin supplement online and they offer you a reorder option. Hey, order this every month, consistently every 30 days, and we'll give you $2 off this supplement. Of course, if you don't take that supplement every day, it's not going to be long before you have a lot more than you need. But you still build trust with the product because, hey, I was saving money. Even t-shirt companies do this where they put you on a subscription plan and you're going to get a new t-shirt every month or a new batch of t-shirts every 3 months. So you can keep up with the latest trends, stay in style, not worry about that t-shirt that got a hole on it or hole in it. Your 401k contribution is actually another example of this. It's taken out of every single check. That tiny step makes you feel I'm the kind of person who invests. I'm a saver. And now your brain needs to stay consistent with that identity. So you deposit your money and you invest it. And before you know it, you're hanging out with your friends, discussing your 401k, your mutual friends, and how well you're doing. Nobody forced you to do it. Your brain did it to you. That one free account opening rewired how you see yourself. This is why the smartest brands never ask for a big commitment up front. They ask for something small because it feels stupid to say no to something small, and then they let your psychology do the rest. Every year, Hulu comes out and says, "Hey, you can get Hulu on a monthly subscription for $2.99 for 12 months." Yeah, great deal, right? And then that annual expires, and then they jack up the price to, I don't know, whatever it is, $8 a month, $12 a month, or whatever it is. Most people just let it happen. That's that consistency and that commitment that they're leveraging. Marketing at its core is just mixing and matching reciprocity, social proof, scarcity, authority, and consistency in different doses based on the situation. Let's run through a couple more examples. Free delivery credit so you feel obligated to order again. That's reciprocity. A vendor shows you 23,000 people bought this, so you don't have to think about it. Social proofing. A clothier drops a limited edition color, so your brain thinks scarcity, got to snap it up. A founder goes on Shark Tank, and suddenly their product feels more legit. That's authority. And free apps in the App Store that get you just to install that app, knowing that once you have it, it's going to be a lot easier for you to click that subscription button and pay $2.99 a month for whatever upgrade they're actually offering you so you get more use out of that. Read the book Influenced by Robert Cialdini. It'll change how you see everything. That's going to be it for today for this week's Deep Recruiting. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some value out of it. I want you to email us at deeprecruiting at Team GTN. Give us a challenge you're facing when it comes to recruiting. See if we can solve it. Try to stump us. More challenging, better. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share. Let everybody know about this. I'm trying to get our viewership up to 1,000 live streams every week. A rising tide lifts all boats. You've probably heard me say that before. Let's build this thing up so that we can all grow and enjoy this wonderful world of recruiting. Hope you guys have already made the sale this week. I hope you got another big one lined up before the end of the week. Make it happen. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.